So, as a prelude to this, I'd just like to take my hats off to this group, Caloundra. Every time that I've been here or been associated with someone in Caloundra, is that you've got it right. Is that every single person that I've met seriously wants to help out everyone else who's in the room. And this group has got it absolutely right, not only in business, BX, but you've got it right in life, I think. And that's a testament to everyone here and the past and present leadership. So, congratulations. What I don't like in business is when people get ripped off. And this was the reason why I wrote this presentation, as one of my customers got ripped off by a so-called SEO professional. Now, what I'm going to argue today is that the SEO professionals are actually in this room, i.e. it's you, on your business. So what I'm going to take you through today is that since 2011, and there was two massive updates to Google, both known as Panda and Penguin. They're absolutely notorious in destroying businesses because it totally redefined what search engine optimization was all about. Since then, nothing's really fundamentally changed. So the last 12 years, and I'll take you through that in a minute. The three things that SEO is based on. Firstly, I'm going to take you through what's going to get you up to speed, literally up to speed. Next, what's going to set you apart. And finally is those tiny 1%ers that I can guarantee you, in my experience, only 1% of businesses do, that are going to give you the edge over your competition. So let's start it off. First of all, the things that are going to get you up to speed, Sitespeed. Okay, there's a free tool. Don't worry about writing all these tools down because I'm going to share a link later on to this presentation. They'll have all these tools within it. It's a free tool, and we love free. It's called GT Metrics. And what GT Metrics does is measures the speed of your website. And it'll spit out this whole bunch of jargon that you don't need to worry about. You just look at whether I'm on A, B, C, or God forbid, an F. The cures to those are pretty simple. Is that A, you want to get best quality web hosting that you can afford, okay? If anyone's from Victoria, and there's a lot of us here who are, you might remember a bloke by the name of David Haynes from Haynes Paint, one of the best ads I've ever seen, as he used to walk around the factory. This is literally how they shot it, as he walked around the factory talking about his business. And one of the things that he said is you get what you pay for, no matter what it is in life. And that is true with web hosting. If you want your site speed to get up, use good quality web hosting. If you're using $3, $6 web hosting per month, you're not going to be up to speed. I can guarantee you that. Second is a fast theme. If you're using WordPress, and most of these things that I will say is about WordPress, because most sites are now built on WordPress. Okay, you want a fast theme, and I've got a whole list of them on this article of the fastest themes that are out there, and I'll recommend GeneratePress as the fastest that's out there and the one that's easiest to use. Okay. Once you've got those in order, images is one of the things that people never look at. You just grab an image from your camera, from your phone. You don't care how big it is, you just chuck it on your website and expect the website just to do everything for you. That's one of the biggest things that slows a website down. And not only that, is there's a carbon footprint to all digital, to all websites. However long it takes for your website to load, that's resources that are actually being used at data centers. So you want to get your images down to as low as you can without compromising on quality. And there's heaps of tools online free that you can use for that particular purpose. Now, WordPress, again, two other tools that I absolutely use on every single site. One is called Hummingbird, which does all that geeky stuff that I talked about before that you'll get from the Sitespeed. You don't need to worry about all that jargon. Put on Hummingbird and it'll take you through a wizard and it just configures it for you. As a brother or sister to Hummingbird is one called Smoosh, which is after you've done all your images and got them down to size, it goes that extra yard of smooshing your images to be right for Sitespeed. And finally, this is a little bit more technical, but you also want to get a CDN, which is a content delivery network, something like Cloudflare. If you want more information about that, come and see me. That is a little bit more technical. Basically what that does is put your website into all the different data centers around the world So if I'm in Queensland, I'll be getting the stuff from a Queensland data center rather than one that's based over the other side of the world. Makes it faster to get to. Mobile friendliness. Google has a wonderful free tool, which is called Google Mobile Friendly, because they are creative geniuses at Google. So Google that. Basically, you don't need to worry again about the jargon. If your site's not mobile friendly, again, all it would probably be is a change in a theme. Most of the current themes that are up there, any of those 10 that I've put on my website, on this blog post, they're all mobile friendly. Most of them should be. If you're not, you probably need to look at redesigning your website. On-page SEO, that's all the other technical stuff that you're talking about, tagging and all that crap. Don't worry about that. If you've got a WordPress or Shopify site, install a plugin called Yoast, which is like toast, but with a Y at the front. Not the ends, not toasty, it's Yoast. Okay? Again, the link, it's free. And it does pretty much takes you half the way there that you need to be for on-page SEO. Now the stuff that has set you apart, I've skipped a little bit here because on page I could talk for another half hour, an hour on page, but the stuff that's going to set you apart, like I said, since 2011 nothing has changed. Fundamentally for Google is that Google likes fresh, regular content and good content from you. And that's why I think that everyone here are the SEO experts in the room, not someone you're going to pay overseas, you've got no idea what they're doing. Is that you know your business is better and you know your industry's better, you know your competitors better than anyone else in this world. So if you're writing articles, regular articles about questions that you are getting from your customers, about things that you're finding in the industry at least once a week, then that is the best possible SEO that you can do. Don't worry about all this other nonsense that people go into. That is the best possible thing that you can do, and it hasn't changed since 2011. And within that, put in the best keywords that you can find for your industry as well. There's a tool called Keyword Planner, which will help you through that process as well, free from Google. Now, within that section as well, you talk to your customers every day. There will be 5, 6, 10 dozen frequently asked questions that they will ask, and they drive you mad because they ask the same questions every day. Put that on a page called frequently asked questions and just direct them to that page, and that is absolute mining gold for SEO because it immediately answers questions that people are going to type in to Google. All right, covered a lot of ground. Now you're probably going to say, you know, writing once a week, oh, that takes up too much time. How on earth am I going to afford the time? Kyle talked about how wonderful ChatGPT is. Use that as much as you can. If you don't know anything about it, come and see me. We'll have a chat about it. However, be careful while using it. It's like writing an essay at university. If you take everything out of the textbook and go bam on your page, the teacher's going to know and you're going to get marked down for it. No different to Google. So if you're going to write an article from ChatGPT, and I encourage everyone to do it because it gives you a wonderful structure and it gives you some wonderful concepts and ideas, but put all your own thoughts, all your own experiences into it like you would with an essay, and make it personal. Make it so people want to come and talk to you about the particular topic. Now, I'm a little bit behind here. The next thing that I want to talk about is link building. Between fresh content and link building, they are the two biggest things for SEO. There's no doubt about it. Google even tells you they're the two biggest things. But don't go and purchase backlinks. Don't purchase links from anyone, because that's the worst thing you can do, because they end up being absolute nonsense. A customer of mine just recently ordered a whole lot of backlinks from a particular SEO specialist overseas. She works in commercial cleaning, and they set up one of the backlinks as Reverb Nation, which is a website for musical artists. Why on earth? Why on earth would you do that? So the best way to do backlinks is, you're already half the way here, is in BX, is if you want to ask for something of your referral partners, you're not sure what you want to ask them to do a reciprocal writing of a blog piece on their website and link it back to your own, and they can do the same for your website. That takes out one of the weeks where you don't have to write anything for your own website, but it gives you that backlink back and a link for them as well. It's reciprocal. It's great. If you're doing that with people who are in your industry and not directly competing with you, that is absolute mining gold. Okay. The 1%ers, I'm going to be hugely over time here. The 1%ers that people absolutely don't do. First of all, with your images, as I already said, cut them down, alt tag them. Now, alt tag in WordPress is really easy to do. So when you put up an image into the media library, it has this area to write in the alt tag. Now, alt tag is just jargon. What alt tag actually means is if I'm visually impaired and using a screen reader, what's in that alt tag is what I'm going to read out to the person who is visually impaired. Okay, so you put a description in there that describes what the image is about. So if someone visually impaired can actually see it. Put your keywords in there. That's one of the things that people do not do. Last one, and I could go on again forever. Google My Business. It is absolute gold. We're all run small businesses, I'm assuming. It literally puts you on the map, and no one uses it as a tool. So when you're posting, when you're writing about stuff, post it to Google My Business before Facebook and Twitter and all that other shit. Post it to Google My Business. Thank you for your time. Any questions? Yeah. Sure.
Can you use SEO like podcast and transcripts for like your Google business as well as your website?
Yes, definitely.
So you can post the podcast to like Google business thing?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the same with videos too. Videos and podcasts, transcribe them and write them in YouTube. If you're using YouTube videos, put the transcription into the text of the video, because that helps you out as well. YouTube is the second largest search engine, owned by the first largest search engine, Google. Very underutilized tool. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Google My Business only gives you a certain amount of space.
That's only text. You can't post videos.
Uh,
No videos. I tried.
okay, yeah, but you can link to your website or to YouTube, because it does give you links to learn more. And that's the best way to do it, is do a small excerpt for Google My Business and then link it back to your website. Another link for you. Mark.
You've already actually mentioned it a little bit, but do the videos give you a better score on your SEO than images? The moving content, doing things on YouTube and then putting it on your website,
Yep.
does that improve your your search engine optimization?
It does, because you're answering questions with your video that people are going to type in.
But
And
you've got to talk about it, put text in there as well.
it certainly helps, yeah, because the way it reads the code is that it'll just read the video as an iframe, and it'll just read it as it blurb of code. But if you got under it then what the video is about, that's what it'll actually read for your SEO. So you get almost a double hit. You get your SEO on YouTube, you get your SEO from your website.